But the next thing
Oh, my bad.
I want to talk about is California. So I don't know if you heard of this story. They're putting illegal ballot boxes in California, the Republican GOP. Uh, what do you think about that? And like, this is felony charges.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen a lot of. I don't know. It's
Mm,
interesting because like it seems like Democrats should be going way harder on this because it's like a direct way that they could potentially lose the election,
mm,
at the hands of the Republicans. Like people often talk about, oh, in order for Republicans to win, they have to cheat, and it's like, I feel like if they're doing it, you have to try to stop them. But the Democrats kind of don't really care much. That's interesting to me, or maybe they just feel like they can't do anything about it, which is probably true.
I don't know.
But
It's like
I don't know.
anything the Republican Party, bro, the Democratic Party just fucking belly over. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
fucking, they don't care. It's
It's
very
strange
fucking
because to
weird.
me, that's the one way that they can lose too. Because like Biden, judging by the polls, and like we all know polls are bullshit, but like in this case, like
Mm.
his lead is so big that I can't imagine
What,
many
I think it was
scenarios
like a
where he loses.
12-point lead, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Or it might
exactly.
be
And like
bigger now.
much bigger than Hillary had in 2016, and historically it seems like he's likely to win. So I'm concerned, or I'm curious and confused why the Democrats wouldn't go harder on this election fraud shit, because it is that, it's blatantly
Yeah, and
election
Trump
fraud.
is literally like saying yes. Keep on putting those illegal ballot
Right, yeah.
boxes. Like he's
Yeah, I
advocate,
mean,
like literally, like saying, giving the go ahead for this
what do you
shit.
even do about that? Like, because that's the thing with election fraud, is like all you have to do is make it work, and then it really helps your case. Because like if Trump manages to win on election night, it doesn't matter how hard he cheated. Like all of his base will be ravenous as fuck if the
Mm,
Democrats try to imply even that he cheated somehow. Like they'll use that as ammo against the Democrats' point of view, and it won't. I feel like it won't end well for the Democrats. So it
yeah.
would be foolish of them not to go hard on this election fraud thing before the election, because
Mm,
after the election it's totally out the window. I feel like Trump could get enough support to stay in office if he cheats the election hard
yes.
enough to actually win on paper. It
The
would be
only
really bad.
way Trump wins is, his tactic. He's been saying like, I want the election to be called the night of the election. And like, there
Right.
might be Trump might be winning on an election night, and he could use that to justify taking the full dub here.
Yeah, exactly. It's a very blatant strategy, and like that's why he keeps preparing people for it. He's like, on election night, on election night,
Mm,
on election night. He's not explaining why. He's just preparing his followers and his supporters for the night when he calls the election early,
mm,
and so that way, like, they're mentally ready to support him in that
mm.
case, because that's really the only way he can win. Because he knows a lot of the mail-in voting and stuff, it's gonna seal the deal for him. Like
Yeah,
he's gonna lose probably, and he's desperate to win. So
very
um,
desperate.
yeah, and Fritz says there's a reason the Carter Foundation is not allowed to monitor our elections. So true. We need a fucking UN, like,
Mm.
independent monitor. Not that the UN is any worth any fucking thing, but we should at least pretend that our fucking elections are
It's
democratic in
just
nature.
so easy to just like fuck with shit behind the scenes. I mean, that's how
Right.
like Andrew Gilliam fucking lost in Florida all
Yeah.
those years ago to fucking DeSantis because oopsie, some mail-in votes got lost. Whoops.
It's not only easy, but in many cases it's perfectly legal too. And it's like it's a feature, not a bug, you know?
Mm,
Like it's intentional for people to be able to pull these levers of power like that because it's built into the system, and we really need to get rid of that.
mm,
At least the UN is an outside source. Yeah, agreed.
yeah.
Like that's the thing, is like the US is, or in the past we were always the first to be like, oh, these elections aren't democratic, and we use that literally as a justification to not only like sanction, but even to invade countries in some cases. But somehow, like, the U.S. is not willing to have an independent monitor
Yeah.
of their election. Very telling.
True. I mean, like we could even do something like sending these results to like Mexico and Canada. Our two
Right.
neighboring countries, and they could they can both analyze it, and then well, we both got the same results here. You know.